Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues. And with this particular video, I'd like to talk about Doctor Who once again, touching base on that great topic of great companions who never were in the history of Doctor Who. Only with this particular video, I'm going to switch it on its ear a little bit with the topic at hand. And as you see by the title, I say, the Doctor. Now, before you ask me, Johnny, what are you smoking, yet again, I'm not talking about the Doctor himself. I'm not talking about any of the, as of the time of this recording, 11 incarnations of the Doctor, none of the pending Doctors from the Valeyard to the Dream Lord to the 12th Doctor to the John Hurt Doctor. Not the Doctor. I'm talking about a doctor, sort of a medical practitioner. Now, there are three characters for me that stand out immediately as sort of missed opportunities along these lines of what I'm kind of getting at. From the 1996 TV movie with Paul McGann's Eighth Doctor, we had the character of Grace, who was a surgeon. In Series 3 of the modern series with David Tennant's 10th Doctor, we had, of course, Martha Jones. In the 11th Doctor era, we had, of course, Rory Williams. And I think there were probably other characters here and there that had medical backgrounds in the God Complex in Series 6. I think there was a character called Rita who was a nurse, and there was another character going back to Martha Jones's first appearance episode, Smith and Jones, who the Doctor was not impressed with, a doctor who was, just sort of not getting with it, and Martha is the one who impressed him rather than this person, and others from the classic series as well. And basically what I'm getting at is a character who was sort of, a medical practitioner, somebody who could hold his own or her own with the Doctor in saving people and that kind of thing. Somebody kind of akin to, for lack of a better analogy, Dr. Leonard H. Bones McCoy from Star Trek, the original series. A character who's like a frontier doctor in space who has myriad, intelligence on all kinds of different species, who's like a xenobiologist and could walk into a situation, go to any alien planet of any era, and have a basic knowledge of their anatomy and their bioculture and that kind of thing. And, it would kind of render the Doctor like if you took away his sonic screwdriver for a time. It would make him have to be sort of stepped back a peg, because all of a sudden he can't just whip it out and scan somebody and boom, he's got an antidote in 5 minutes if they're poisoned or something, or if they have organs that are misplaced. I would love to see a character who can stand toe-to-toe with the Doctor in medical and maybe even scientific knowledge, where that dynamic, kind of akin to what I touched base with the Professor Clifford Jones video, who was the character from The Green Death, somebody with a sort of, series of moral principles that would definitely conflict with the Doctor from time to time, and would also best him on occasion, not make the Doctor infallible, as he seems to have become. And I think this would be just a great opportunity for many intriguing stories and character dynamics. Having a character who has this kind of medical knowledge, who can come up with an answer before the Doctor can, or something like that. Akin to, on occasion, how Romana was as a companion and stuff like that. I just think this would be a really intriguing way to write a companion. Have somebody that can hold their own. Doesn't always have to be a portal for us, the viewer, to understand things necessarily. I think it's time we can get back to a more exotic kind of companion, from the Leelas to the Romanas to the chameleons, that kind of stuff. Things that are unexpected and that kind of thing. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you think of this line of thinking as far as, does this make sense to you, as far as being a really intriguing aspect for a companion. No specific companion in mind, just saying, I would love to see a medical person, somebody who could save lives as well as the Doctor, if not better than him, and really put it into perspective for him as a character, that he's not always going to be able to be the one to do the saving. And I hope this video finds you well. I'll catch you later. Peace.